the grandmother gave her grandson a piece of red meat. The granddaughter, however, could only watch enviously from the side. Seeing this, the older sister tried to serve a piece of meat to her younger sister, but as soon as she reached out with her chopsticks, the grandmother slapped them away. The grandmother believed that girls were worthless and that eating was useless for them. Only the grandson was considered the heir of the family, destined to attend college and bring glory to the family. Unbeknownst to her, the burden she despised would become a billionaire female CEO in 7 years. One day, the older brother received his admission notice from a junior college. The whole family was overjoyed. The grandmother was especially excited, shouting about bringing glory to the family. To raise the tens of thousands of dollars needed for the brother's tuition, the father planned to sell the old house where the sisters lived and have them move to the living room. The girl was extremely anxious upon hearing this, as she would also be taking the college entrance exam next year and needed a quiet study environment. When she tried to object, the father said that after finishing high school, she should just get married and not waste money on college. The girl had had enough of this family's male favoritism. She understood that education was her only way out. From that day on, she studied relentlessly, determined to prove herself better than the boys. Indeed, hard work pays off. A year later, the girl excitedly received her admission letter from MIT and wanted to share the joy with her family. But except for her mother and sister, no one else was happy for her. Her mother said it was a great achievement for the family, but the grandmother said that due to their poor financial situation, they could only afford to send the brother to college. The brother also agreed. The father said that the local health clinic was hiring nurses and that she should go work there to earn money. The girl refused to work at the clinic, kneeling in front of her father, saying that going to college had always been her dream, and asking for a chance. The father, hearing this, became even more enraged, saying that after raising her all this time, she now dared to rebel. He regretted ever having her. The girl retorted that in this family, her father and grandmother favored boys over girls, only caring about the brother and never valuing her or her sister. Now she no longer needed their support. She would support herself and pay for her own college education. After saying this, the girl turned to leave the house. The grandmother would not let her go easily. To crush her hopes of going to college, the grandmother dragged her into the bedroom, locked the door, and planned to find a suitor for her as soon as possible. The girl was in complete despair. Even the usually weak mother could not stand it this time. She did not want her daughter to follow in her footsteps. So, in the middle of the night, she quietly helped her daughter escape, giving her $200 and urging her to leave quickly. She told her to start a new life and never return. At that moment, the father and grandmother came after them. The mother pushed her daughter into the car with all her strength, but was caught by the grandmother. The girl vowed to succeed and returned to take her mother and sister away. In the following days, the girl worked and studied hard. In her freshman year, she won first place in the International Mathematical Olympiad. Her excellence quickly caught the attention of the chairman of a Fortune 500 company, who immediately signed her on to join the company. 7 years passed in the blink of an eye. The girl, now leading the company to rapid success, became a legendary figure in the industry. However, she had signed a confidentiality agreement, so she had been unable to contact her family during these 7 years. As her contract was nearing its end, she eagerly wanted to return home. To her surprise, she learned from her assistant that her father was planning to marry her sister off to a local thug to raise money for her brother's wedding dowry. She immediately rushed back home.